The Tabletop TV program is for mature audiences only.
Okay, cameras are rolling. We're live in 3, 2...
Thanks for tuning in to Tabletop TV.
Welcome back to Tabletop TV, the actual play where the one-shots end up being 2 episodes. I'm Reed B, and today I will be neither your host or game master for this evening. In fact, for these next 2 episodes, I am going to be a player. While I was preparing for the next major arc on Tabletop TV, Borb, who you may know from the Mothership arc, offered to run a one-shot in the interim. So, today we are playing a very simple little TTRPG called Everyone is John, in which the players all play voices in the head of a man named John that are all battling for control over the one body that they share. They are doing this in an attempt to fulfill one of their obsessions, which is essentially a goal that the players set at the beginning of the session for themselves, with guidance from the GM. Whenever a player fails a roll, fulfills their obsession, or John gets bored or sleepy, a battle for control over the body happens, and players can bid a limited resource they have called willpower in order to become the voice piloting John. The player that bids the most willpower takes control over the body, and play continues until all the voices in John's head run out of willpower. Do you need to remember all that? No, absolutely not. But if you do get any more questions about the rules or are just generally interested in the game, all the rules you need to play can be found for free online. Just Google Everyone is John. With all that out of the way, I cede the floor to Borb. Take it away, Borb.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Tabletop TV. I'm your host. It's Borb. We're doing something else this week. We're kind of between things, so we're playing a game called Everyone is John. It's really simple. It's a lot of fun. You can find the rules online. We're going to be controlling John. We're going to be the voices in John's head. And here's the cast for today. I tied up Reed and put him in a locker so that I could run this one. So. Yeah, I'm Borb. I'm your host going forward, and players in whatever order you choose.
I'm Hudson, and I'm going to be playing Wild John.
Nicely done, Colton.
I'm Colton, and I'm going to be playing Sexy John.
What's that? I sense a dark presence.
You thought you were free of me, Borb. I escaped your closet, I burst from my restraints, and I'm here to be a player at the table today instead of the GM, in a shocking turn of events. And I'm going to be playing the famous, the infamous, you love him or you hate him, Papa John, who is here to secure his legacy as the primary John.
All right, with that crew of miscreants, we're ready to begin. For everyone watching, I've briefed the players already. And they've created their voices for John. All 3 voices are controlling the same person, the titular John. But they are fighting for control to achieve their different obsessions. And you'll see how it plays out. I definitely recommend looking up the rules. They're super simple. It's a lot of fun. The setting, though, I've decided is a little bit unique. I've decided that they're going to be playing a famous John from history. If you'd like, you can guess now. But the John that they will be playing is none other than John III, Duke of Cleves, Count of Mark, who was a minor noble in the court of King Henry VIII. The year is 1540. John, Duke of Cleves, is about to attempt to marry his daughter off to his 25-year-old daughter off to 49-year-old King Henry VIII after Queen Jane had just died in childbirth. And that's where our story begins. You 3 come to consciousness. You are aware simultaneously, immediately, of yourselves, the other voices, and the early morning in a impressive castle in southern England. This is Hampton Court. You have little stone braziers that some servants have lit with candles. You have your nice canopy bed around you. You have the little rats and things digging around in your chamber pot.
Ah, the luxuries of the 1540s.
Yeah, that's being able to shit inside, pretty sweet. You have some fleeting memories of the political situation that John Cleves was in at the moment before you picked up in his consciousness. But before you have a chance to collect yourselves and start fighting, the door to your chamber slams open, which is deeply embarrassing to you because you're only in your night clothes, which is a shrift and then a shirt on top of that and a couple of pairs of pants and undergarments and socks. So you're completely indecent.
I'm so exposed.
So you said a couple of pairs of pants? Like I've got multiple layers of pants on?
Yeah. You've got your like short pants, and then you've got your long sleeping pants.
I mean, my dick's basically out in the wind. This isn't okay.
Yeah. You probably have like 1 yard of fabric on you right now, which is like peasant levels of fabric owning. You would want no person to see you exhibiting so little rich fabric. Standing in your doorframe, the man who has just kicked in your door is the largest man you have ever seen. And you are fairly well traveled. No man is as large as this. A man in his late 40s, richly adorned in all manner of regalia. He has the famed crown of England. He has the scepter and long purple cape. He is just wide. On his gouty legs is perched just an enormous person who's only matched by his extreme personality, which in recent years, you've noticed, has gone from just boastful and gregarious to full-on manic and some would even say narcissistic. He kicks in the door. You see his servants and attendants behind him flurrying away as he's going into one of his rages. And he looks at you and he shouts, "John! With what is your mind falsely occupied this morn?" You gather you have about a second to come up with a response before he beheads you like he has done with one wife so far. Let's start the bidding.
Okay.
I want the three of you to indicate, using this whiteboard app that I have, whether or not you are bidding, to control John until he either falls asleep, gets hurt, or you complete one of your objections through him. How much you bid is up to you.
This is King Henry VIII?
This is King Henry VIII.
Okay, cool.
You would remember, faintly, King Henry VII, or at least the stories that your father told you about him. King Henry VII was conservative, temperate, really a respected ruler that did a lot for England's long-term economy. King Henry VIII, everyone loves. He's great to be around. He's a natural performer and has become, really just a menace.
Everyone at home listening to this, you better be writing all of this down because all of this historical trivia is going to be pertinent to the upcoming gameplay you're about to witness.
Has bidding started, by the way?
It has. I'm on the fence about whether or not I want to bid. I think I will just for...
Oh, before we go any farther, you three ought to describe your Johns.
Whoa, on camera?
Hudson, why don't you give me an indication of what your John looks like?
My John, Wild John. We all do look the same, or is it like how we look in a metaphysical manner?
Yeah, I want you to tell me what your soul looks like.
My soul is the exact same image of John, however, he is only wearing one pair of pants, which is very indecent. No shirt. He has a feather braided into his hair, and he's constantly looking off into the horizon wistfully. And whenever he speaks, to sort of like, how do you even say it? To pronounce a thought that he is doing, there is an eagle screech in the background of what he says, which I will be asking Reed to edit on every time I speak.
Okay, sure.
And that's my John. Wild John.
Wild John. Colton?
My John, I think down in his soul, isn't really wearing any pants. He is, quite, well fit and, attractive, or at least he thinks he is. He's got a very wild look in his eyes, mischievous look, and he's got a huge ass.
Maybe you have the ass that John of Cleves wishes he had.
Precisely. I have a BBL, a Britain butt list.
A common procedure of the day. So we've got Wild John, Sexy John. Reed, would you like to tell us your John?
Where I think Hudson is playing a John of the past and Colton is playing a John of reveling in the present, I play a John of the future. A John who has knowledge of what is to come and needs to prepare accordingly for future events that are to transpire. My John is ancient, but his knowledge comes from the future, not the past. I guess if I had to say spiritually how this version of John would be dressed, think of Papa John, the face of Papa John Pizza Company. And this spirit of John that is possessing this John is maybe here to change kind of the timeline to put Papa John's back in good graces.
Restore the proper timeline.
Yeah.
Cool. Who is bidding? So,
I'm bidding.
I'm bidding.
I got bidness.
okay. Everyone is bidding. Colton, how much did you bid to control John?
I am bidding 2.
Reed?
I bid 0 because I think you said that was allowed. Like I'm allowed to say I'm bidding and then be cheeky and open my hand and say it's nothing.
Yeah, that's fine.
I didn't bid anything.
Little fake out. Hudson?
I bid 1 because I was suspecting everybody to be a little bit cheeky. And I thought I could get away with it.
All right. So then, Hudson, you get to keep your 1 coin. And Colton, you lose 2 coins, but you have control of John as he has just woken up with the king glowering over him.
Okay.
The floor is yours.
Oh, my lord, I'm sorry, I wasn't expecting such a large, strapping visitor.
Oh no.
My apologies. What would you have of me?
Flatterer! Chide thyself.
I pull out my whip and start self-flagellating.
Yeah. Wow, I wish that all of my servants, attendees, and courtiers had such visible modesty, but you should put on pants, man. I have come round to all of the bedchambers within my expansive palace to announce that the Lady Jane has died in childbirth, which is quite sad.
No.
It is something that I perhaps will regret for the rest of my life and mourn eventually. But today I am in good spirits because this means I must get a new, more exciting wife. Jane Seymour was not the, well, you know. I mean, she was fine.
Yeah. Tell me, my lord, what is the gender of your progeny?
Edward the First is male, which is really something that I was looking forward to because now I finally have an heir. All of my other progeny up to this point have died. However, and he's suddenly very close to you. He says, "If thou canst keep a secret."
Of course.
I want more sons, perhaps one with a queen that is still alive.
Ah, yes, of course. I can perhaps think of someone, but my lord, you have a son finally after so much effort. We must celebrate.
Yes. After the funeral, I shall host the greatest gala that Britain has ever seen.
Yes, immediately after the funeral. But, honestly, like, we're buds, as the young Britons say.
Yes!
Maybe, could we, we could, do a little toast or something, real quick? Do we have... It's not champagne, because that's from the Dirty Frenchman, but do we have something alcoholic that we can toast to?
Thou art a rowdy rascal, drinking this early in the morning. And I salute you for it! And he claps his hands. And a courtier by the name of Thomas Culpepper comes in and gives you a bottle of, they kind of just figured out how to make gin. He pours you a tall glass of gin, and he takes one for himself, and he cheers.
Thomas, you are a gentleman and a scholar. You're the most beautiful, brilliant, attractive man I've ever met in my life. I couldn't imagine the world without you. Thomas, I love you.
Shucks. That's a little forward, but you're a good man, John.
Thank you, my good sir.
He leaves, and just as he's about to go out of the doorway, he turns around and he gives you a glance that says, "We're on the same team." You drink with King Henry. King Henry says, "To the continued production, output, and general health of England and my balls." And he shoots it back.
Here, here. Also, I have completed one of my objectives.
Okay, great. So then you take the gin and you go, "Woo!" And that's enough that the other consciousnesses can come back to the top of mind. So we are bidding again. And Colton, you're welcome to bid again if you like.
Okay.
So are we still in our room in our indecent 4 pairs of pants and shirt drinking?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
The gin hits your mouth, you swallow it, and you go, "Oh!" That's where we are right now.
Okay, cool.
Ugh.
Colton in real life just came.
I just love gin.
That's what it feels like to be in the lead, baby.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I wonder what he did that would...
I think it might have been confessing love, which is scary because he could really rack that up.
Okay, everyone's bidding. Your bids are in. Hudson, how much did you bid?
I bid 1.
Okay. Colton?
I bid 2.
Another 2.
Oh, I also bid 2.
You both bid 2?
Yeah.
Let me see what happens in the event of a tie. Oh, a roll-off.
Oh, shit.
You need to both roll a d6 for me, please. If you like, I think you can spend your willpower points to add to this roll as well.
I want it to be an honest competition of chance and fate here. I'm not going to modify in any way.
And Colton will be adding 4 will points.
All right. My roll is in.
Mine is 2.
Okay. Reed?
I rolled a 5 unmodified.
Damn, I rolled a 3 unmodified.
So Colton, you keep your points. Reed, subtract 2 from your total.
All right.
And Sexy John gives way to Papa John.
My eyes dilate.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. And King Henry VIII is like, "Splendid! I admit now that I am quite a bit peckish, and I will be retiring to my quarters for a few moments to eat an entire roast turkey. Put some clothes on, you blithering idiot!"
Of course.
As he storms out of the room.
I will be going out today. Fetch me my coat.
You have a servant, probably.
Oh, I say that to the servant, not to the king. Sorry. I turn to a servant and go, "I will be going out on the town today. Fetch me a coat."
This servant's name is Thomas, and you're allowed to call him by his first name, Thomas, because you outrank him. And Thomas says, "Oh, of course, my lord." And he runs into your closet and he pulls out your coat. It's nothing too crazy, but it's like richly adorned. You're John the Third of Cleves, and you've come into some good fortunes recently. For example, your eldest daughter has become wedded to the leader, current leader of the Schmalkaldic League. So you're feeling pretty good, all things considered.
Yes, the Small Dick League. A high authoritative power.
What's this guy's name again?
This is Thomas.
Thomas. Cool. I put my coat on and I grab both sides of Thomas's head and I lean in really close and I begin to whisper to him, "One day, our country will be hailed as one of the most villainous entities in the entirety of history. We give way to waves upon waves of genocide that are heralded as heroism. And not only that, the wool is kept over our eyes. The only true good, the only absolutely aligned good we can do in this world is serve another a steamy hot slice of pizza pie." And then I turn around and I sprint out of the room.
You have used 2 words that Thomas does not understand, and they are genocide and pizza. I would like you to roll a check and see if you can get your meaning across this boy. How would you like Thomas to respond? Like, what vibe are you going for?
I'm trying to terrify him. I'm trying to make him not sleep tonight.
Okay.
I'm just trying to really shell shock. I'm just kind of trying to leave an impression of what is to come. Could I add knowledge of future events as a skill to this roll to intimidate him?
I think that's probably fair. Yeah.
What I'm gunning for a little bit. 5.
That passes. So Thomas says, "Oh heavens!"
I get really close to one of his ears and I whisper, "Be good for Papa." And then
he looks down, and just as you're about to stride away, he turns his face up to you and he says, "These people that what did you say? Genocide?
Genocide. Kill.
They're not the Welsh, are they?"
I mean, not primarily to whom I was referring, no.
The Scotch, then?
No. I mean, well, a little bit, I suppose. It's a little bit of everybody across the board, really.
He gets really quiet and he goes, "Protestants?"
I don't have time for this. I sprint out of the room.
He grabs you by the cape. He's extremely strong because he bails horses or whatever. And he says, "Wait, good sir, how dost this knowledge come upon thee? It not be witchcraft, be it?"
No, to be a vision from God.
He says, "Ah, a prophecy. There hasn't been one of those for dozens of years. I must tell Archbishop Wolsey immediately." And he sprints out of the room.
Not the intended. Okay, all right, cool. I'm also gonna sprint out of the room.
Okay, I think if I understand correctly, you've completed an objective, an obsession.
I have.
Okay. Back to bidding. Who's in?
I'm in.
Reed, you're in.
Yeah, I think I am.
Wild John, I see that you've changed the color of your circle to the color of urine. Perhaps guessing that I would ask, you're in.
This does signify that I am.
Gotcha.
Hell yeah.
Hudson, what did you bid?
I bid 2.
Okay. Colton?
I bid 2.
And Reed?
I bid 1.
Okay. Colton and Hudson, roll off.
I rolled a 2.
I rolled a 6.
All right. Hudson, keep your points. Colton, take 2 off.
Hudson's never getting to play.
You're back in the saddle.
Wild John's building his power. He's charging.
Yeah. You are, you blinked for a little bit there, but now you're wearing a coat, which is nice.
Mm.
You burst into the hallway just behind young Thomas, and just as you're about to shake it off and go about your day, you see around the corner Thomas speaking with an extremely old man. He's the kind of guy who looked old probably 30 years ago, and he's just hanging on. This is the Archbishop of York and the designer of Hampton Court, Thomas Wolsey. You can call him Wolsey. And he sees you and he gives a little bony-fingered wave. You are struck with a memory from John that you don't like this man very much. In part because he is a political opponent of yours and a diehard Anglican. He steeples his fingers sinisterly towards you and then disappears into the shadows.
I kiss him. Sexy John. I go and I kiss
Horny
him.
John should not have the wheel as often as he has had already.
His name is Sexy John.
I feel like we need to save him for special occasion, but he's sort of our main face right now. He's our front man.
There's a lot of game left.
He knows what he wants.
Honestly, a more accurate simulation of the average male day than one would think.
I walk up to... What is my manservant's
maybe
name?
for you pervert.
That's young Thomas.
Young Thomas, not the old Thomas who I hate.
Yes, King Henry VIII actually had 4 very prominent Thomases in his immediate second rung.
And at least 3 prominent Johns, all inside of one man.
Yeah.
I would like to go up to young Thomas and just go, Thomas, please. I appreciate you helping me get ready for the day, but I am trying to be a little more, let's say, nondescript with some of my activities today. So I must insist that let's trade outfits because like my stuff is way too conspicuous and you look like a peasant. So like I think it'll work out if we just trade outfits.
Good sir. It would be unrighteous for me to wear your garb. I could be slain. Worse, I could be burnt at the stake and have my entrails dragged around the palace grounds.
Well, one, that doesn't sound like my problem, but also two...
Roll a check.
2, you want to have sex.
How do you roll a check in this game?
Straight up D6.
Okay.
I will tell you, I'm going to give you this option before you roll. I think that this roll is to, like, persuade him to be, cool about it and, not do anything too weird. If you want, I'll let you bypass the check and just straight up order him to put on your cloak and trade.
Is there a downside that I know of?
He won't like it, and he's already sort of, it seems, in cahoots with your enemies.
I will say I have a skill that is talking to people. Could I perhaps apply this to this situation?
I would say so.
Okay. How does that modulate my roll?
Just do, you need a 3 to pass.
I got a 6. I'm cracked.
Okay, great. So, what do you say to convince this young man to commit this act of treason?
Look, haven't you ever wanted to wear the clothes of someone so righteous and beautiful as me? This could be your moment. You don't have to do it in public, you could just go off on your own and then, like, you have your little fun and then change back into, like, your normie clothes, but I need your outfit.
I will do it for you, my lord. If you remember my name in the annual assignment of merit.
Of course, Mr. Tumnus.
Aye, sir. He trades clothes with you.
Nice. I've achieved an objective.
God damn it!
What? Trading clothes with another? What weird kink does Sexy John have? I don't understand.
Back to bidding. Who's in?
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm always in. You always know I'm in.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Hudson, what's your bid?
1.
Colton?
0.
Reed?
0.
I fucking knew it!
Damn it!
All right. Freshly adorned in a low-ranking serf's clothes, although actually being a servant in the court was a very valuable position to be in. Many people fought and died to be the peon of the castle. But freshly changed, you put the coat on, Wild John. You arrive. Your heart is beating fast, and you're wearing a shrift. You're inside.
I can only presume this is the work of Sexy John. Looking down at the clothes that are not mine. I'm sorry, just how aware are we of the other personalities? Do we phase out and then we come back to you and we're like, oh, I know that this was X person? Or do we not even know? Is it just blips?
I like to think that you guys are bickering all the time.
Papa John is gnawing on the amygdala right now.
Disgusting. I think so. Oh, Jesus. I was so excited to have the hot seat, but now that I have it, I'm scared. Our main objective is this. We want to get our daughter to marry King Henry, right? While also doing our own goals.
Yes. Now, I will tell you, you will not be rewarded for getting your daughter to marry King Henry by the objectives of the game. But that's the situation that you've arrived into.
Okay. I've got it.
And it's your sister. I keep fucking it up, but it's your sister.
It is my sister. I think the first thing that Wild John would do is not be outside. I want to go to the stables.
Cool. You strut gallantly through the hallways. That's no problem at all. I think you turn some heads as you go by, and people are like, "Oh, John, what the devil are you wearing?"
Goodbye. As Wild John is walking as well, he takes off the jacket and starts to unbutton some of the buttons of his shirt.
Okay. I think so. You get into the stables.
Are you sure you're not Sexy John?
It's restrictive. I don't like the feeling of fabric on my skin. Some is okay, just for modesty, but I don't want it to be excessive.
I get it. Should suck.
Borb hates wearing clothes.
There's a stable hand who sees you coming, and he doesn't say anything at all. He just like bows and like skitters out of the way. And you're with the horses, and you think you're alone, and then from behind you you hear, "Oh, father, I'm so glad to have found you. I must speak with you. Oh, sorry. Oh, brother, I must speak with you. I'm so glad to have found you." This is your 25-year-old sister. You're about twice her age. And she's coming up to you, and she's like, "Oh, I know I must do it for our family and the prestige that it would bring upon our line, but oh, how I would loathe to marry such a man, such a gouty and..." What are you wearing?
I've been trying to instigate a new wave of fashion to the court.
And your servants let you out like this? They should be executed.
They probably will be when I am not at the head. Sister, why are you so not gay about this union?
He's a dreadful man. He's already divorced his first wife, which required a large overthrow of the political schema of Europe. And then he beheaded his next wife, who was, I am told, the baddest bitch in this country has ever seen. And then another woman, I don't think, she died in childbirth. This is not just treason, but recently, because of the institution of the Anglican Church, this has become heresy as well, blasphemy even. I don't think the king is really cut out for bearing children. I know he has that one now, Edward, but it doesn't seem to be in the cards for him.
First off, I don't really care about the court nor its frivolities, but never doubt a man's capacity for bearing children. I assure you, it is part of our base urges. Sister, look at me now, and I say this as your, what am I now, 45-year-old brother? Do not get so caught up in the drama of the court and the politics of it. Focus on the basis of human urges. I mean, the only things we need are shelter, food, and anything, really. It's just, I don't understand why everybody... You should get a cabin in the woods.
Oh.
And it should be your vacation home, and you should live off the land.
But John, that's the thing. It's not for want of trying. He has literally dozens of mistresses that live in the court. Whenever he likes, he plucks one up and forces his huge mass upon them. Oh, I can't live like that, John. I want to be married to someone who loves me. Like I was recently betrothed to Francis.
Pope?
Francis of Lorraine.
Ah, of course.
Oh, I wish I could have married him.
Sister, look at me, and commit what I am about to do to memory. While John raises his hand, and I would like to, through that signaling, have a horse walk up to us.
I think that's fun. You know what? Are you okay if I modify it just like this? You won't have to roll. That signal is a signal to the stable boy, who's like, "Oh fuck!" and he brings a horse over to you post haste.
No, I would like to use my communing with animal skills to just have a horse walk up.
Fucking yeah! Go ahead and roll.
And I will be expending a willpower for this.
Fuck yeah!
So you have to roll a 2 or higher, I think?
2 or higher.
I get it.
Nice.
While John looks to his sister and he raises his hand, and you hear an eagle screeching on the horizon, "Ah!" and a horse canters over to him and he goes, "Pet this horse."
She is shocked by your ability to commune with this. By the way, a beautiful white stallion, and she does. She's, "Oh, all right." She pets it.
My mission in life is returning to nature. The simple things. And if I ever say anything different, that is not me. Okay? Let's just set up some borders right now, sis. Sometimes you're going to talk to me and I'm going to seem like an entirely different person. But this is who I really am. And I turn and I stroke the mane of the horse. And with that, it is an objective complete.
Very good. Sweet. Go ahead and mark it off. We're back to bidding.
Okay, cool.
John is having this moment with his sister, Anne of Cleves, for those of you keeping track at home. And
I'm so sorry. I did that with no reason. I am hoping that by being with this animal, my sister is somewhat soothed about sort of the predicament that she is currently in.
yeah, I think, well, we'll see what the next John does immediately after you make contact with the animal. Other Johns, you sense a disturbance and rise to the surface. Who's bidding?
He said he's the real John? That's not true. Sexy John is the real John, and I'm his second in command.
First it's horniness, then it's pizza, baby.
That is not the Papa John slogan. I
know it's Little Caesars.
Their slogan is "No one out pizzas the John."
And no one's gonna be able to out-pizza my John after this bid.
Nice.
Oh man. H, you're welcome to bid if you'd want.
I will abstain.
Colton, what's your bid?
I bid 3.
Reed.
God damn. I bid 2.
Sexy John takes it.
Fuck yeah.
Sexy John is burning through all of his willpower just to manifest.
I'm getting shit done.
Yeah, dude, Wild John's a slow burn.
Sexy John has spent 7 of his 10 willpower points. Papa John has spent 2, and so has Wild John.
Sexy John is trying to bust prematurely.
Sexy John, the day is yours. You arrive back in the saddle, and your sister is petting the horse. She does seem to be a little bit calmer, but something about your demeanor, I think, has made her feel a bit weird. So she says, "Brother, thou speakest strangely. What has come over you? I hope not some foul demon or other malady."
Nothing so egregious as that. I just have been dealing with a little bit of my own personal difficulties, let's say. But back to this very important matter. You should marry King Henry. Trust me. It will all work out. Trust me.
Oh, John, I do respect your political intuition. You've done very well for our family, so I will continue on, although I like it not.
But let me clue you in on a little fun little thing that I like to do sometimes to kind of get away from it all. Sometimes, as you can see, I like to dress in the clothes of a peasant, to frolic around and do as if the peasants do, to kind of act as if I wasn't such an important person burdened by such incredible, horrible purpose.
Actually, brother, I hope you don't mind if I jump in and contradict you for a moment, but you seem to be wearing no clothing at all.
Oh, well.
I have pants on!
Above the waist. You are completely nude above the waist.
Sorry. Is this not what peasants wear? Anyway, I would, choose 2 things. 1, I would suggest maybe you do something like that. 2...
Oh, God!
Sorry, I didn't...
Are you suggesting I walk with my shoulders bare?
No.
Topless?
I was suggesting you wear just...
I suppose that might attract the affections of the king, but think of the scandal. Were I to show my bare neck.
Oh, trust me, I'm always thinking of scandals. Not with you, though, because it'd be weird, because you're my sister-daughter?
Sister.
Yeah, that one. Anyway.
Stranger things have happened.
No, not for several hundreds of years. First, Netflix has to be created. Anyway.
I told you not to tell them about Netflix!
Anyway.
You're being weird with that horse right now. Your hand placement makes me very uncomfortable.
Sorry, I've got a lot of things going on in my brain right now. Anyway, I need to abscond. I trust you, you're okay with becoming a key player in the hand for the king. I have a plan.
All right. I trust you. And please be careful with that Wosley and his lackey. His name escapes me at the moment. Curse this.
It's probably Thomas. Fucking everyone in this palace is named Thomas.
Yes, that's exactly right. Thomas Cromwell, the king's primary advisor. Those two are in cahoots. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Oh, I don't like him, but I do appreciate all of what you do, my sister.
Yes, it is frankly a terrible time to be a woman, but... Oh, you can trust my uncle, the Duke of Norfolk. No, I'm sorry, he's not my uncle. That's ridiculous, because then he would be your uncle as well.
I was going to say.
There's a little girl, she's not but 17, that the king has had his eye on for some time, and I believe that they are having affairs together, as is typical for the king.
Jesus.
All three Johns simultaneously go, fuck, man.
Whoa.
Yo, jeez.
Well, she plays the political game well. She, in fact, was a lady-in-waiting for Catherine of Aragon.
I never read that book.
The second one. Anne Boleyn. She was a lady-in-waiting for Anne Boleyn, who was beheaded not long ago, as you recall. If she were to be queen, then, in my stead, then our fortunes would be well enough, for she is the niece of the Duke of Norfolk, who violently opposes your enemies, the Thomases, Wosley and Cromwell. Bear all this in mind and trust no one.
Of course. Anyway, I must away. Ugh.
Yes, please get dressed.
I get on the horse and I'd go back to the castle. I'd find the first person I see and demand.
Before you make your demand, riding the horse for a little bit, the up and down motion makes John quite sleepy.
Oh fuck.
No.
Before I leave then, I would just like to say thank you, my sister. I've greatly appreciate all that you've done and all of the sacrifices that you will make and have made and all of the help. And, I love you. We don't say it enough, but I truly do love you.
God damn it.
This is up to interpretation, I think. Because Sexy John's, orientation is romantic or, lustful, etc. So, are you declaring to your sister lust for her, or are you doing familial love, in which case I'll make you roll for it?
I think
How much would you give up for 1 point? How much reputation would you sacrifice?
I'll roll for it, because otherwise, I don't know if we're going to publish this episode.
Oh god, okay.
Go ahead and roll to express your familiar love to your sister while, flexing and etc. Half nude.
Would you say this counts as talking to people?
I feel like no.
Fuck. I rolled a 3.
Your sister says, "Oh, well, yes, I'm glad to have someone as wise and astute as you as part of the family. Yes, all right, well, go, maybe you should lie down."
Maybe I should. In second thought, I'm gonna ride a horse. And I get on the horse and I go, "Yah!" And then I very quickly try and get back to the castle.
All right. The up and down motion of the horse makes you fall asleep, and we are back to bidding.
You already know I'm bidding.
You know me. I always bid.
I'm bidding.
All right, big gamba.
Dude, if Sexy John bids too hard, he's going to enter a refractory period. He's not going to be able to take control for a while.
The brightest flames burn the briefest.
I think he's got a couple rounds in him of bidding left, that is. Hudson, what are you bidding?
I bid 1.
Colton.
I bid 0.
Reed.
I bid 2.
Oh my god.
All right. Papa John.
Put me in, coach. Put me in.
Papa John, you are quite literally back in the saddle as the horse pulls up to the castle. You click the button and the horse goes beep beep, and you dismount. Your balls hurt from having ridden almost naked in I think bare. No, you have a saddle. You have a saddle. You are dressed poorly. You are winded,
Mhm.
and from up in one of the windows of this magnificent castle, you see Thomas Cromwell. You see his face for just a second before he smirks at you and shutters the windows.
Thomas. That dirty, dirty Thomas. Thomas Cromwell is who? I'm so sorry.
Think of it this way: Thomas Cromwell is the little like the minion of Thomas Wolsey. Those two are your enemies. They despise you because they have different ideas about what should be happening on the throne.
Papa John could not really give two shits about court politics. My eyes dilate. We see a Severance-type shot of my face jittering, and then my eyes open, and my pupils are two pepperoni pies. And I sniff the air. How close am I to a butcher?
You are some distance from a butcher at this point. You are not too terribly far from the kitchen. You'd have to go in through the main hall.
Excellent.
Okay, would you like to do that?
I would like to stride towards the kitchen. I do not bother tying up the horse.
Okay. You enter the main hall where court is being held currently, and the king is on his throne. He's ordering people around. Various courtiers and ladies in waiting are, gossiping amongst themselves. And King Henry VIII sees you and he says, "Good God in heaven, John, what are you doing?"
I look down for the first time since overtaking the body, and I go, "God damn it, sexy John." And then I look up, and I go, do we have cheese?
What?
Cheese.
Of course we have cheese. We are sacking France, for God's sakes. Are you ill, man?
I'm just trying a new thing.
It's disgusting. Be gone from my sight before I have you court-martialed, and furthermore, beaten with a cane.
Is that something that we? Yes, sir. I'm going to sprint on all fours towards the nearest kitchen.
Okay. I think you go through a couple of rooms, knocking over servants, smacking suits of armor and weapons off the wall, etc. And you find yourself in the kitchen where the midday meal is being prepared. There's like a head chef who's ordering almost like a platoon of people around this kitchen, trying to get the midday meal ready. The midday meal, as it happens, is a whole roast pig.
A whole roast pig?
Yep.
Okay. I barge into the kitchen. I grab the closest knife to me, ideally one for cutting meat.
Yep.
Do I have a visual on the pig?
Yeah, it's in the middle. And the head chef turns to you and he says, "What brings you here, Duke of Cleves, sir, my lord?"
I put the steak knife up to his throat to attempt to get him to move out of my way.
"My lord, you know not what you do, my lord."
You know not what you do. We are not the center of the universe. We orbit a sun that orbits a black hole that orbits another black hole. Our galaxy has thousands of imperceivable gravitational forces constantly bombarding us. We are not the center of the universe. We are at the whim of a random celestial current. Our planet is just one of many toppings on an infinite godless pizza, and I need you to find me some goddamn pepperoni or I'm gonna slit your throat.
Roll a check. No help.
Okay.
Because you used many words that this man, A, does not understand, B, has been trained not to understand. such as orbit the sun.
Pepperoni. Are you stupid?
A black hole such as that which St. George, his dragon came out of before he slew it.
I don't think I've ever heard. I've never heard someone say slew in day-to-day conversation. That really got me.
It's a simple conjugation.
I know, but it made me happy.
Orbits flying over your head, though. Slew is good, but...
What is a planet?
I rolled a 3, and I'm really on the fence about bargaining anything right now to bump that. I don't suppose either of my skills would be helpful here.
I don't think so.
No, holding the chef hostage.
But I think you fail this check.
Yeah.
And the chef does see that you're holding a knife and says, "Oh, he's been afflicted by the fever." And he sidesteps you and he says, "Oh my God, wait." He says, "Lads, this man is possessed. Let him not near the meal, or we'll all be roasted ourselves." And you get a bunch of people with like spoons and shit coming towards you to try to safely escort you out of the kitchen.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, so we're back to bidding.
Papa Chan begins frothing at the mouth and violently thrashing while standing in the middle of this kitchen.
Hell yeah. Who wants to be John right now?
I'm bidding.
I'm bidding.
You bidding, Reed?
Yeah, I'm bidding. Put me back in the seat, baby. I've got control of this situation. This is going exactly how I wanted it to.